Nigeria, a dramatic shift in the political landscape unfolded as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar formally conceded defeat following a hard-fought election and publicly accepted Peter Obi's candidacy, signaling a new chapter in the country's democratic journey. The announcement, delivered in a nationally televised address, was widely described by political observers as a defining moment of statesmanship in an era often characterized by intense rivalry and post-election disputes. Standing before party leaders, supporters, and members of the press, Atiku acknowledged the outcome of the election and congratulated Peter Obi, urging his followers to remain calm and committed to democratic principles. He emphasized that while elections are competitive, the stability and unity of Nigeria must always come first. The will of the people is the cornerstone of democracy, he said, noting that leadership is ultimately about service to the nation rather than personal ambition. The concession was met with mixed reactions across the political spectrum. Supporters who had hoped for a different outcome expressed disappointment, but many praised Atiku's decision as courageous and stabilizing. Analysts noted that by accepting the result and endorsing a peaceful transition, he helped to ease political tensions and reduce the risk of unrest. In accepting Peter Obi's candidacy, Atiku framed the decision as one rooted in national interest. He described Obi as a leader chosen through democratic processes and called on all political actors to respect institutional integrity. According to sources within his camp, the move was part of a broader strategy to reposition himself not merely as a contender for power, but as a guardian of democratic norms. Following his concession, Atiku began a series of strategic engagements aimed at strengthening the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and building a formidable coalition ahead of future elections. Political insiders reported that he convened meetings with party stakeholders, regional coordinators, and influential grassroots organizers to chart a path forward. One of his first moves was to advocate for internal reforms within the ADC. He emphasized transparent primaries, merit-based candidate selection, and accountability mechanisms designed to enhance public trust. Party officials said his influence encouraged a renewed focus on policy articulation and disciplined messaging, shifting attention away from personality politics towards substantive national issues. Atiku also leveraged his extensive political network, cultivated over decades in public service, to attract technocrats, business leaders, and youth activists into the ADC's orbit. His outreach extended across regional and ethnic lines, underscoring his message that national progress depends on inclusive participation. Political commentators observed that this coalition-building effort was central to strengthening the ADC's viability as a competitive political platform. In addition, he supported the establishment of specialized committees within the party, focused on economic policy, security reform, education, and youth development. These committees were tasked with crafting detailed proposals that could form the backbone of the ADC's campaign platform. Party insiders credited Atiku's administrative experience for the structured approach to policy development. Youth engagement emerged as a critical component of his strategy. Recognizing Nigeria's youthful population, Atiku encouraged the party to expand its digital presence and prioritize outreach to first-time voters. Youth advisory councils were formed to ensure that campaign messages reflected the aspirations of younger Nigerians. Political analysts noted that this approach aligned with broader demographic realities shaping the country's electoral dynamics. Beyond party structures, Atiku embarked on a nationwide tour that included meetings with traditional rulers, civil society groups, religious leaders, and business associations. These engagements, described by aides as listening sessions rather than campaign rallies, were aimed at rebuilding trust and fostering dialogue across political divides. Observers reported that his tone during these visits was conciliatory and forward-looking. His efforts to unify various factions within the ADC were particularly significant. Party members who had previously disagreed on strategy found common ground through mediated discussions facilitated by Atiku and senior leaders. By encouraging compromise and collective decision-making, he helped reduce internal tensions that had threatened cohesion. Political analysts describe this period as a turning point in Atiku's public image. Once seen primarily as a perennial presidential aspirant, he increasingly came to be viewed as a stabilizing elder statesman. Commentators highlighted his consistent messaging on unity, institutional respect, and economic reform as evidence of a broader transformation in his political posture. In interviews with national media outlets, Atiku reiterated that democracy thrives on both competition and cooperation. He stressed that opposition parties play a vital role in holding governments accountable while also supporting policies that serve the public good. This balanced approach, analysts said, reinforced his emerging reputation as a unifier. Within the ADC, younger politicians reportedly sought his guidance on navigating complex political negotiations. His mentorship, party officials noted, helped strengthen institutional memory and strategic planning. By positioning himself as a source of counsel rather than control, he fostered an atmosphere of shared responsibility. As preparations for subsequent elections gained momentum, the ADC's improved organizational capacity became evident. Membership drives expanded, policy forums drew increased participation, and fundraising efforts reflected growing confidence among supporters. While electoral outcomes remain uncertain, political observers agreed that the groundwork laid during this period enhanced the party's credibility. Across Nigeria, reactions to Atiku's actions varied, but were largely characterized by acknowledgement of their impact on political stability. Civil society leaders commended his decision to concede peacefully, describing it as an example of democratic maturity. Some opposition figures expressed cautious optimism that such gestures could reduce polarization in future contests. For Peter Obi supporters, the concession signaled a potential shift toward collaborative governance. Although political differences remained, the public endorsement underscored the possibility of constructive engagement between rival camps. Analysts suggested that this dynamic could contribute to a more issue-focused political culture. Ultimately, Atiku Abubakar's concession and subsequent initiatives within the ADC marked a significant development in Nigeria's democratic narrative. By accepting defeat, supporting institutional processes, and working to unify disparate political actors, he reshaped perceptions of his leadership. Whether these efforts translate into electoral success for the ADC remains to be seen, but his actions have already influenced the tone of national discourse. In a political environment often marked by contestation, his transition from rival to reconciler stands out as a noteworthy chapter. As Nigeria continues to navigate complex social and economic challenges, many observers believe that the spirit of unity he has championed could play a pivotal role in shaping the country's democratic future.